Okay, let's try. Okay, guys, what I was telling to you is that let me show you my screen again. I built this Excel. Basically, what you need to do is you need to build this table. Okay, the first step for you is building this table. Later, I will show you many different ways and techniques. But the thing is that first of all, create this table. Okay, so this is my cash flow. It needs to enter manually. Here we can perhaps create a sequence. And here we simply create, we can use the rep mat to replicate these two numbers here. And then what you do here is you simply start applying your formula. Remember that the discount, when you discount, is the number divided by 1 plus this interest rate to the power of 1, 2, or 3 periods. Okay, do you remember that?
Yes.
Okay.
Professor, I have a question.
Yes, go ahead.
Could we have done this on MATLAB or?
Oh, no. This is to be done in MATLAB.
Oh, okay.
No, I simply do this to show you what I want from you, so
Okay.
visually. Okay?
Okay.
3 more minutes, guys, and then we start doing this stuff. We have a lot of material to cover. 3 more minutes. Okay, 1 more minute, guys, and then we continue. We need to be efficient with my recording because I don't have memory in my computer, guys. So please remind me to resume every time that we start talking again.
It's currently recording, Professor.
Yeah, it stopped it now. Thank you. Okay, 1 more minute, and then we start solving this stuff. So just take a look to visually what we want to have. I have my cash flows, I have my times because I need to do to the power of something, and I have my interest rates. That in this case, my interest rate don't change. Got it? Remember, this is what I'm trying to do, guys. I'm trying to find, where's my pen? I'm trying to find minus 1,000, 1.02 if you want to the power 0, 1.02 to the power 1, 2, and 3. So that's why we need a time, these elements here. We need the interest rates, and we need the cash flows. Okay? So let's start working on this stuff. Let's use the techniques that we have, or the commands that we have been working. So what I said, data for this program is I have my interest rate is 0.02. Remember that when we have semicolon, we don't print anything. If we don't write a semicolon, MATLAB is going to be printing. Now, it is important for you to almost always keep this semicolon here. Otherwise, you're going to use your memory. Okay, so this is a suggestion. Okay, so now we can create a matrix T or a vector T that is going to have my 0, 1, 2, and 3. Okay, how can we do that, guys?
0,
Yeah,
colon 3.
0, 3. Makes sense, guys? So this implies go start from 0, increasing by 1, stop at 3. So let's take a look. Yep, we create our T. How can I create my vector of interest rates? Remember, I want the first one to be 0. Or if you want a vector 0.02, because any number to the 0 is going to be 1. So I want a vector of 0.02. I want for 0.02. What can I do? Let's call this I period per period. This is just a name. How can I replicate this number here, guys? 4 times. Like this. What can we use, guys? What can we do? At this stage, guys, what I need from you, this class and the next Monday, we're learning a language, guys, and the language always has words or commands in this case. So what you need to do is you need to learn them, okay? Just try to memorize them, do exercises. That's why we're spending a lot of time here. Starting next Wednesday, guys, we're going to start working on serious programming. So please, okay, just study what we're doing now. So
Is
what
it
we can do,
RepMat?
guys, is what, sorry?
RepMat?
Yeah,
Oh, sorry.
exactly. We can use RepMat. What I want to rep, how many rows? How many rows?
4.
No, rows. I just want to be a matrix like this, remember?
Oh, 1.
1 and 4. Okay, take a look. So now I have my T, I have my I period. Now I can do my cash flow. So my cash flow, we need to enter the data, right? So what data do we have here? Give me 1 second. 1,750, 1,500. Okay, let's go and see. So I need to enter minus 1,000. Remember, it's a negative number. Then I have, without comma, a empty space, only just to have this like that. So we have all the components, guys. So what I will create is let's call it a matrix that's going to be called DAT. And I want the first column to be CF, the second column, let's say, to be I period, and the third column, or sorry, the second column to be T, and the third column to be I period. It's indifferent, but we can do that. So how do I create that? How do I create this matrix? This matrix? How?
I did it a different way, but do you add the variable names and then semicolon?
Yeah, and that's all, guys. So remember, that's the beauty of MATLAB or R or any even Python that is much simpler. What do you simply start? You start concatenating variables. Okay. In this case, I want the first column to be CF. I know that CF has these 4 values. Then below that, that's why I use semicolon. I want to put, I said T or I period. I think I said T, right? T and then the interest rate. And that's all. You have created your matrix, guys. We agree?
Why it have this strange format?
Oh, yeah. The format normally MATLAB uses the 4 decimals. Okay, so if you want to change to a different format, you can use format bank, for example. And now you can take a look to how that happens, 2 decimals. If you use format long, normally mathematicians, when you want to optimize, you use this format long. Or you can use format short. That is this one here, 4 decimals. Okay, the default is format. Now remember, guys, if you want to know all the possible formats that MATLAB has, how do you find that?
Format question mark.
No, this is R. This one here is help.
Oh.
Format. And then you have all the possible ways of formatting. Do you agree? Okay, so now I will go back to my DAT. And now remember, guys, what I want to do is I want to create I need to move all the values to the present. As soon as these values to the present already, so that's why it's to the power 0. So how do we create this formula here? It's easy, right? All these elements are in the first column. All these elements are in the second column. All these elements in the third, etc. So that's why the matrix helps us a lot. So what I can do is let's call this NPV aux. I will do this in 2 steps. Later we can improve it. We can change it. So what I want, guys, is remember, I want this minus 1. Oh, it appears 0, 0, 0, 0. It's not 0, 0, 0, okay, because it's 0 to the power 0.3. This is 0.02. Okay, yes. So what we want here, guys, is what? Is this number divided by 1 plus this number to the power of this number. Correct, guys? Element by element. So how do we do that? So I will use DAT. What else? First row, all columns. So what I'm doing here is I'm taking the first row. Then what I will do is I will divide element by element by the second, sorry, it's 1 plus the second row. Do you agree? Sorry, the third row.
Yes.
But this one here needs to be to the power of the second row. Element by element. Sorry, it's not the power. That is element by element. Oopsie. Of the second column. Do you agree? If you want, you can add a parenthesis here. Oh, what I've done. Just to play safe. Make sense, guys?
Yes.
Okay, then. Oh, so we have where, sorry, 1 second. So this goes with 1 plus data 3. Sorry, this should go here. And that 2, well, let's see. Oh, so we have one too many. Here we go. Do you see? So let's do format bank just to see this better. So what is this 1000? It's simply the value of 1000 at period 0. This is the value of 750 discounted 1 period. 1,200 is counted 2 periods, and 500 is counted 3 periods. Do you agree?
Yes.
And then my NPV is going to be simply what? There is a MATLAB command that is called the sum of NPV and NPV aux. And here we go. So we have a new command, sum. It simply sums a vector. And then, of course, I can do this NPV. Instead of doing NPV aux, I can simply put from here, instead of doing in 2 steps, I can simply write sum here and then solve. The problem is solved. Can you verify that you get this number, guys?
Yes.
Perfect. And let's check if we have the same number here. Exactly. Okay, we get the same number. Perfect. Questions, guys?
I have a question.
Yes, go ahead.
So we're doing this in the way that we create the matrix first because it's the most efficient way, or
Yeah, no, we can do loops. We are gonna do this later. But yes, normally what we do when we have you just take a look. Believe me, Excel can give you if you are using Excel, you know how Excel works.
yeah.
So you have columns and rows. That's all what you have, right?
Mm-hmm.
And then once you have these columns and rows, that for MATLAB is a matrix, you simply can create different types of things. I will show you better ways, okay? But for
Okay.
now, what I want is you to start managing, creating tables, using RepMath, using size, length, using a bunch of things. The things that we're using, learn and apply, okay?
Okay.
Our programs are not so efficient at this point, but they're okay,
Okay.
okay?
Thank you.
Okay, so now you do exercise number 4. So the only thing that you need to change, guys, is that this column here, sorry, I think we have the third row for us. It's not anymore 0.2, 0.2, 0.2. So it's going to be 2, 3, and 1. Okay? Just change that. So what you need to change is basically this one here. Okay? But change this one here is indeed interest per period. So you need to change this one here. So it's not RepMath anymore, right? So you need to enter the data here. And then create again the matrix, create again the estimations, and then you are done. 2 minutes to do this. Okay, so you should get 1,351.7.
Yes.
Yep, perfect. So let's do this. So indeed, what I can do is 0. The first one is 2%. 3%, and I think 1%, correct?
Professor, we're looking at paint.
Oh. Okay, now
No,
it's not coming MATLAB.
no.
Okay, so let me stop sharing. Okay, now?
Yes.
Okay, perfect.
Yeah.
Okay, guys, so basically what we're doing now is I have changed the interest per period. Now it's 0, 0.02, 0.03, and 0.01. Then I need to change my dot matrix. Do you agree? I haven't changed the name, so this should be it. And then I just need to do my end period aux. If this is the last one. Yeah, I think this is the one. So, but instead of doing NPV aux, I will simply do NPV directly. And what I will do is I will do directly this one here. So what it will do is MATLAB is going to compute first what is in parentheses. It will give me the 4 numbers that we got before, of course, changing different because now we have different interest rates. And then immediately it's going to sum for us. Make sense to you? You understand this command here? And this is what we're going to be doing, guys. This is called nesting. So you put in a single line several commands. Here we go. 1351.70. You get this number?
Yes.
Excellent. Okay, questions, guys, about cash flow. So we need to go into something very similar related to this stuff and very important in finance and economics. Ready?
Yep.
Okay, so let's talk a little about, let's invest a couple of minutes in something that is called the net present value. Okay, so what is also known as a NPV. What is the net present value, guys? Imagine the following, okay? Imagine that you are going to have a project, you need to invest $1,000. And then if by investing in this project in 1 year, you're going to get 700. And in the second year, you're going to get, imagine, 1,500. Okay, so these are years. You invest here, and then you're going to have these 2 cash flows in the future. Now, the question for you is very simple. You are here. Okay, so remember that you're in the present. You're in the present. The question for you is, guys, do you invest in this project? Yes or not? I make this question for you guys. Do you invest in this project? Yes or not?
Yes.
Yeah, appears to be yes, right? You sum these 2 numbers and say, oh yeah, of course, it's more than this one here. Well, technically, what we need to do, guys, is we need to discount these cash flows. Okay, so remember that in finance, we don't sum numbers that are in different periods of time. So I cannot sum 700 with 1,500. What we need to do is we need to move all of them to the present or all of them to the future. Got it? Now, discounting, remember, if we go from the future to the present, how do we call this one? Discounting, do you remember? And if we go from the present to the future, we call it compounding. Okay, so we're going to be using these terms all the time, discounting and compounding. Okay, so what do we need for discounting? Remember, what do we need? What is the missing variable here to do what we have been doing in MATLAB? We have time, we have cash flows. What is missing?
Interest rate?
The interest rate. Okay, in this particular case, when we talk about net present values, the interest rate is called opportunity cost. Opportunity cost, or simply OC. Have you heard about this term before? Guys, have you heard about this term?
No.
No? Okay. So let me tell you what is opportunity cost. Opportunity cost, guys, is simply the interest rate that you can make, okay? Your best interest rate that you can make, the best return you can have, not considering this project. Okay? So it's basically what I will sell is my best return in percentages, not being the project. When I say the project, guys, I'm talking about this one. This is my project. Okay? So, and this depends on everyone. So if you have access to perhaps investing in stock markets, your opportunity cost can be 15%. But if you don't have opportunities to do that, you just have a bank account, perhaps your best opportunity is to invest in a certificate of deposit, 4%. Make sense? So the opportunity cost is simply the best return that you can get that is not related to this project. Okay? So now let's assume that my opportunity cost, guys, I can go to stock markets and I can get 10% for my money. Got it? So what I will do is the following. What I will do is I will move everything to the future. Follow me for a minute and then I will give you time to copy. Okay? Follow me for a minute and help me with the calculations. Okay, so how do I move? First, I will do the upper side. How do I move the cash flows from the upper side? Well, it's very simple. For moving this one here, I will do 700 times 1.1. 1.10. Do you agree, guys? Because this is 10%. So remember, it's 700 plus, not plus, times 1.1. 1 plus 0.1 is this one here. So the value here, the value of this 700 is equal to 770 in the future. Can I sum these two values? I don't need to do anything with this one here because it's already in period 2, that is my future. Now, can I sum these two values? Now you can, because they are in the future. So this implies that I will have, if I move these two cash flows to the future, I will have 2,270. Okay, so this is what my project is producing. Make sense to you guys?
Yes.
Okay, so now forget about the upper side, the upper part here. Forget about that. You have your $1,000. You don't have the opportunity to invest in this project. So where are you going to invest? At your opportunity cost, do you remember? Because that's what you can get.